Inside your smartphone, right now, there is a tiny chip, smaller than your fingernail.
Yet inside that tiny piece of silicon, billions of microscopic transistors switch on and off every second.
They process photographs, run artificial intelligence, connect to satellites, protect financial transactions,
and control almost every digital system around us. But these transistors are not assembled one by one.
They are created through hundreds of chemical, optical, and mechanical processes inside some of the cleanest factories ever built.
One particle of dust can destroy an entire chip. One alignment error measured in nanometers can ruin weeks of production.
Today, we follow the complete journey from silicon crystal to a finished microchip. Welcome to 3D Decode. The journey begins with silica, a material commonly found in sand and quartz. Silica contains silicon and oxygen.
Through high-temperature chemical processing, the oxygen is removed. The resulting material is refined repeatedly until extremely pure silicon is produced.
Semiconductor-grade silicon must contain very few unwanted atoms. Even tiny contamination levels can alter the electrical behavior of a transistor.
The purified silicon is melted inside a furnace, but the industry does not use this molten material directly.
First, it must become one perfect crystal. In the next stage, we see how the silicon ingot is grown. Inside a crystal growth furnace, pure silicon is heated above its melting point. A small seed crystal is lowered into the molten silicon.
The seed rotates slowly and is gradually pulled upward. Silicon atoms attach themselves to the seed, following the same crystal structure.
Over time, a large cylindrical single crystal begins to grow. This process creates a silicon ingot.
The ingot may be more than a meter long and hundreds of millimeters in diameter, but its internal atomic arrangement must remain extremely uniform.
If defects form inside the crystal, they may later affect thousands of chips. In the next chapter, we'll slice this ingot into wafers. The silicon ingot is inspected. Its diameter is precisely shaped, and its crystal orientation is identified.
A diamond wire saw then slices the ingot into thin circular discs. These discs are called wafers. The precision of this cut is measured in micrometers.
At first, the wafer surfaces are rough and damaged from cutting, so they are ground, chemically treated, polished, and cleaned.
The final surface becomes almost perfectly flat and mirror-like. This flatness is essential. Later processes will create patterns only nanometers wide. Any surface irregularity could distort those patterns.
One wafer may eventually contain hundreds of individual chips. In the next chapter, we step inside the clean room. The polished wafers now enter the Semiconductor fabrication facility, commonly called a fab. The manufacturing area is an ultra-clean environment.
Workers wear full protective suits to protect the wafers from human contamination. Skin particles, hair, and microscopic fibers can all destroy an entire chip.
Air is continuously filtered, and many wafer movements are automated inside enclosed carriers. Inside, contamination is reduced to almost zero.
Through thousands of perfectly coordinated operations, a raw mineral becomes a machine capable of billions of instructions per second. This is the peak of human manufacturing.
Each chip represents decades of research and precision measured in billionths of a meter. This is how microchips are made. Welcome to the future. Subscribe to 3D Code.